So now Scott Walker and a parade of Republican governors and a couple of Democratic governors say no refugees from Syria. Too dangerous, too much of a risk. After all, it could happen at Camp Randall Stadium on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. So that means that all refugees from Syria are guilty and potential terrorists. We can't screen them. We don't have law enforcement who can do that as we bring the women and children and the men in here. That's ridiculous. What that does, by the way, is it plays into ISIS' hands because they try to spread fear through social media, and they want people who feel alienated and isolated and rejected. That's who joins ISIS. We've seen that with lone wolves in Canada and elsewhere in the West, joining forces trying to get flights out. People feel out of the loop. They want to join somebody who wants them. It's the worst thing we can do, and it plays into ISIS' hands. By the way, how strong really is ISIS? A Muslim commentator in Australia said this week, they really spread fear through social media and propaganda. They haven't had to face any real military pressure in Iraq or parts of Syria. If you sent a real force in there, NATO coalition force with the U.S. and maybe some regional partners, maybe they would break like a twig. Maybe there are a lot of talk. They terrorize against people that can't defend themselves. They're the classic bullies. The other point is, people want to blame President Obama for not keeping 40,000 troops in there in 2011. Here's the fact on that. President Bush signed an agreement in 2008 to pull all the troops out by December 31st, 2011. According to Condoleezza Rice in her book, he wanted 40,000 troops in there. Nouri al-Maliki, the Iraqi leader, said fine. Then he reneged on that and said, I don't want 5,000 U.S. troops here after December 31st, 2011. George Bush signed the agreement. Barack Obama says he wanted 5,000 troops in there when he got in office, but al-Maliki said no, it would never get through Parliament. So let's at least get the facts right and stop with the fear-mongering against all Syrian refugees. My 2 cents. My 2 minutes brought to you by Edge Construction and Capital Consultants. Bill McCushen, a lobbyist who gets things done downtown. Pass a law, call Bill. We can argue about this on the radio, and we will tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on 92.1 FM The Mic, The Mitch Henck Show. Talk to you then.